Every day, the people of Oja-Oba market lined up for Mama Nkechi's steaming plate of jollof rice and egusi stew. Her food was addictive, her price is unbeatable, and her smile unforgettable. But some whispered that her success wasn't natural. Some said her pots held a secret so dark it could coddle your soul. What if the rumors were true? What if Mama Nkechi was feeding her customers something unholy? In the heart of Oja-Oba, a sprawling market in a bustling Yoruba town, the air was thick with the scent of roasted corn, frying akara, and the clamor of angling traders. Among the chaos stood Mama Nkechi's food stall, a modest canopy draped with the colorful Ankara clothes. Her pots bubbled with jollof rice, red as fresh blood. Egusi stew, thick with spinach and melon seeds. And pounded yam so smooth it melted on the tongue. Customers swore her food had a flavor no one could replicate. She was the best, not even their own mothers. Taxi drivers, market women, and even pastors flocked to her stall, their eyes glazed with hunger, their wallets emptying willingly. Mama Nkechi was a mystery, barely 30 with smooth ebony skin and eyes that seemed to see through you. She'd appear in Oja-Oba 2 years ago, a widow with no family to speak of. Her stall started small, but within months, it was the heart of the market. People didn't just eat her food, they crave it. Some said they dreamed of her stew, waking up with their mouths watering. Others swore they felt strange, luckier after a plate. But success breeds envy, and whispers began to slither through the markets like snakes. Her food is too good, muttered Yabola, a rival vendor whose own customers are dwindled. Nobody cooks like that without help. Help from where? Asked a young trader, glancing nervously at Mama Nkechi's stall. Yabola leaned in, her voice low. From the other side, the kind of help you don't talk about in daylight. The rumors grew darker. Some said Mama Nkechi visited a dibia, a powerful herbalist, under the cover of night. Others swore they had seen her muttering strange words over her pots, her lips moving as if in prayer to something unseen. A few claimed her food made them act strangely, spending their last kobo on her meal, neglecting their families or feeling an unshakable pull to return. Yet, no one could prove anything. Mama Nkechi was kind, generous even, offering free plates to the poor and laughing off the gossip with a wave of her hand. But one person wasn't laughing. Abduni, a sharp-eyed yam seller who still faced Mama Nkechi's. Abduni had noticed things others missed. Mama Nkechi never ate her own food. She had served hundreds of plates, but picked at a separate bowl. She kept eating under the counter. And then there was a strange smell, faint, metallic, buried under the spices that lingered around her cooking fire. Aduni's grandmother had been a priestess of Yemoja, and she had taught her to trust her instincts. Something about Mama Nkechi felt wrong, and she will uncover it. One moonless night, driven by curiosity and a creepy dread, Aduni hid behind a stake of crates after the market closed. Mama Nkechi stayed late, as she often did, staring at pots alone. The market was silent, save for the hum of crickets and the distant bark of dogs. Aduni watched as Mama Nkechi pulled a small clay jar from her wrapper, its contents hidden in the shadows. She poured something into the pot, something thick, dark, and glistening. The air grew heavy and Aduni's stomach churned as a familiar metallic scent hit her nose. Her heart pounded. She knew that smell. The next day, Aduni confronted Iyabola. "It's blood," she whispered, her voice trembling. "She's putting blood in the food." Iyabola's eyes widened. "Human blood?" Aduni hesitated. "I don't know, but it's not right. We have to find out." Together, they devised a plan. Iyabola's nephew Tunde, a slave boy who ran errands in the market, would sneak into Mama Nkechi's stall during the lunch rush and steal the clay pot. Tunde was reluctant, but the promise of a week's worth of meat pies convinced him. As Mama Nkechi served a long line of customers, Tunde slipped behind the stall, his hands shaking as he grabbed the jar from under the counter. He sprinted to Aduni's stall where she and Iyabola waited. They pried open the lid. The stench hit them first, a sickly coppery odor that made Iyabola gag. Inside was a dark, viscous liquid, unmistakably blood. But there was something else, a faint shimmer, like oil on water, that seemed to pulse with an unnatural energy. Aduni's hands trembled as she dipped a finger into the jar. She didn't need to taste it to know. Her grandmother's story flooded back. Tales of a woman who used forbidden rituals to bind others to their will. Rituals that demanded the most intimate sacrifice. "It's a menstrual blood," Aduni said, her voice barely a whisper. "She's using it to cook." Iyabola clutched her chest, invoking Sango's name. "This is abomination. She's tying people's soul to her. That's why they can't stop eating her food." The truth was worse than they had imagined. In Yoruba belief, menstrual blood was powerful, sacred in some rituals, but dangerous when misused. To cook with it was to weave a spell, to claim dominion over those who consumed it. Mama Nkechi wasn't just feeding her customers. She was binding them, drawing their wealth, their loyalty, their very essence to her. But why? Greed? Revenge? Or something darker? Aduni and Iyabola faced a choice: expose Mama Nkechi and risk the market's rot, or stay silent and let her continue. They chose to act that evening. They gathered the market's elders and revealed the jar's content. The elders, horrified, confronted Mama Nkechi at her stall. At first, she denied everything, a laugh sharp and defense. But when they poured the blood onto the ground, the earth seemed to ease, and a foul wind swept through the market. The crowd gasped, stepping back. The smell was heavy. Mama Nkechi's mask cracked. "You don't understand," she screamed, her eyes wild. "I had nothing. My husband left me to die. My children starved. I did what I had to do to survive." An elder, Baba Wandi, shook his head. "You sold your soul for success, and you dragged us all with you." The truth unraveled. Mama Nkechi had sought out a dibia after her husband's death, desperate to escape poverty. The dibia gave her a ritual: cook with her menstrual blood, infuse it with incantation, and her customers would be hers forever. At first, she hesitated, but the lure of power was too strong. Her stay thrived. Her pockets filled, but the ritual demanded more. More blood, more customers, more souls. She was trapped as much as a victim as those she ensnared. The market turned on her. Her stay was burned, her pots smashed. Some called for her to be driven out, others for worse. But Aduni, haunted by Mama Nkechi's desperation, pleaded for mercy. "She's already cursed. Adunni said. Let her live with it. The elders agreed, banishing her from Oja-Oba. As Mama Nkechi fled into the night, her wails echoed through the market, a sound no one would forget. And weeks later, the market tried to move on, but the scars remained. Some customers fell ill, plagued by nightmares of Mama Nkechi's face. Others swore they could still taste her food in their mouths. Adunni burned sage at her tail, praying for cleansing, but she couldn't shake the question. And many others were out there, hiding their own dark secrets behind a smile. Though the villagers never forget, they found it difficult to trust people, but they moved on. This shows that success is a hungry god and it demands a price. Mama Nkechi chose a path of shadows, trading her humanity for power, but in the end, she lost everything. Our story warns us, beware the shortcuts that promise wealth or glory, for they may bind you to a fate worse than failure. In the market of life, what are you feeding others and what are you willing to consume for success? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this tale, hit that like button and subscribe for more stories. Until next time, stay curious.